Hey everybody, it's more Crafts and Mom
Hi,
back
everybody.
for another video. This thing is a pain in my butt.
What?
Every single time I do a video, this stupid thing pops up on my computer for that damn Avast software thing that Shell has on my computer.
I take it it's getting on your nerves?
Yes, it is.
Can't you take it off?
I'm going to as soon as I finish this video. I am sorry. I'm trying to figure out which video this is. So this one is number 13. I have a lot of finished objects and a little bit of yarn haul and a lot of whips. So we're going to do the whips first. So the first one I have is I started a baby sweater. And this baby sweater is by, it doesn't say. I think it is a pattern by Crochet and Create on Ravelry. It's a free pattern, but I figured out I had to print it off. And this one comes with a baby cardigan, a hat, and booties. I am only doing the cardigan. I'm doing the main body in a lilac purple, and the two colors for the stripes are going to be blue and green. Mom picked out the colors. I was gonna put blue and pink on them, and she's like, "Oh, you're not going to use the green." I said, "What colors do you want me to use?" And she picked the blue and the green. So this is all I have started of it. I just basically have the yoke made. And I'm on to the next thing I have to do is a row of one of the blue, either the blue or the green. And then I do a couple more rows of the purple, and then do the other color. So that is where I'm at. I'm using a 5mm hook for that. The next thing I have to show you is a blanket, because when I came home on Sunday, I was busy. The first day when I came home on Sunday, I think I finished 8 things.
I was glad to have her back home.
Yeah, I was glad to be back home. I was ready. And Mom was glad to have me back. And I tell you what, when I got home, I'm in business. All of my whips were sitting for at least 10 days, not being worked on. And when I came home, I finished 8 of them on Sunday. A lot of them just needed like some final touches to them done, and I did them, and I finished them. Now they're in my basket. And then yesterday, I went through and I picked out projects, and I started 2 projects. But then I got really tired because that night before I didn't sleep good. I didn't sleep at all. So I think I got like 2 hours of sleep, and that was like 6, 7 in the morning. I fell asleep. Mom had me up at like 9 o'clock. So yeah. So I started some projects yesterday and some today. So this one, I don't know what the stitch is called. So you had to chain an odd number of stitches. I did 99. And you start with a single crochet and you end with a double crochet. So it's single crochet in one stitch, double crochet in the next. Single, double the whole way across. It is. I wanted it to be wide so that it could be for either a baby blanket or an actual lapgan. So I made it a little bit wide. That's it folded in half. So I'm using a 6mm hook for this. Like I said, I don't know what the stitch is called. And I started another blanket. And this one is you chain 100. And this is what it looks like. You chain 100, and the 4th chain from the hook, you do a double crochet, chain 2, a single crochet in that stitch. All in the same stitch. And then you skip 2 chains, and you repeat that across. 2 double crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And then the next row is you do 2 double crochet, you chain 3 at the end of the row. You turn your work, you do 2 double crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the chain 2 space from the previous row. And it makes your thing look like this on the end. It's not completely straight. But I think the more that you work, the more work you do on it, the better it comes. Because I was like, I don't know if I like the look of this, but after I've already done 3 rows.
Oh, I think that's great.
So yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm also using a 6mm hook for this. So I got 2 different blankets on the go than what my normal thing is. I also have been working. I worked yesterday on my hexagon cardigan that I'm making for myself. I am using Limelight and Pole, which are my 2 favorite colors. So I'm making this for myself. I have 3 Limelight. I'm pretty sure that's going to be enough. It should be. And I have 3 Pole. So that's one of, and I'm using a 6mm hook for that too. Now I'm gonna lay this on the end of the table, and I'm gonna put my other 3 whips in this basket so it's easier for me to take into the room. I also have started 2 baby blankets, and this time instead of doing granny squares, I am doing granny rectangles. I watched BYC Brenda's Yarn Corner or Yarn Channel or something like that. I watched her. She does granny rectangles, and like in the middle, you usually do the what we call the spine, and you use chains. Well, mine gets very holy, and I don't think it's very secure. Especially since most of the baby blankets, I want them to last a little bit. So I have decided to follow her tutorial. And this is the center of it. And it looks so much nicer in the center. Like right here is the center. This one, and this one. So it looks really nice. So I have this one started. This baby blanket, I have 2 of them, is going to be purples, blues, and whites. And I think Mom wants me to put a butterfly applique on this one.
Yeah.
So that's the applique that I'm going to put on, and I'm going to just do it in the corner, like my other baby blankets that I do, but it's going to be a butterfly for this one. Now the next one I have is going to be yellows, greens, and browns. No, oranges. Yellow, greens, and oranges. And we haven't decided what applique we're putting on this one yet. So, but this one is going to be yellows, oranges, and greens. 6mm hook for these also. 6mm hook for. I started another scarf. This one is the Take It Easy scarf by Fiberflux here on YouTube. But I started it because it was pretty simple. For some reason, I think this one is wider than my other one.
Pretty though.
But yeah, I started this one. I have this much yarn left. I'm gonna actually working this way. I'm working that way. But yeah, I'm just using as much yarn as I can for these scarves, making them all different sizes and stuff. So, and I also started today, actually this morning before we left, a granny shell. So I have pink.
What color pink is that, Lindy?
Baby pink.
Baby pink.
And then I have this much. I will use this up. After it runs out, I will tie on a new skein and continue going. That way, I don't have a lot of ends to weave in. That's what the baby blanket, though, I am cutting every single row. So, and then I will weave the ends in whenever I finish it completely. And I did a lot of work on my friend Paula Latham. I think that's how you say her name.
Latham, I think.
Latham, I forget. I don't know how you pronounce it, Paula. I apologize if I butchered it. But I worked on your blanket. What day was it? Monday.
Monday. You work on it pretty much all day.
Monday, I worked on it all day, and I am on row. I started out on row 30, 35, I think, and I ended on 45. So I did like 12 rows. Because after I stopped increasing on row 41, and I've done up to row 45. So I'm going to show you. Might not be able to get it all in the picture, but flip that around to the back, and I'm sure that's some stitches. That's
okay. I love it.
So this is the blanket here. It's getting pretty big. I started squaring. I started squaring off the corner. So now I have, I think, 14 rows to do, and then I will start decreasing on both sides. And I've been weaving my ends in when I finish working on it, I weave my ends in before I put it back in the basket. So that way,
you're ready for the next
I'm ready for the next time that I work on it. That is all of my whips. I do have one more basket in there. Actually, I have two. I have one that has yarn in it for hats, and I have a basket in there that has a gnome in it, but the gnome, I'm gonna do a whip roulette video after I do this one, the regular one, so I can pick my next project, but I don't know if I want to do that because I might want to work on some amigurumis. So I could probably still do a whip roulette and just pick an amigurumi, but I got some variegated yarn today, so I want to use up some of my older stuff that I had, and Mom is really excited that she's going to get to see me roll some cakes.
I love watching you roll cakes.
Because it kind of makes her doze off, and apparently she needs a nap.
No, I don't.
So, now I'm going to show you my finished objects. And the first one on top is I finished a little lappan. I have a stitch marker in here because all the way down here is one of the last times that you saw it. And I managed to do the rest of it. So I am going to take this off and lay it over here and put it in my little... This is the little box my friend made me. So there's a giraffe. The top of it has a little monkey. Isn't he cute? So there's a giraffe, a hedgehog, an owl, and a fox. And then she lined it with some felt. And this is the basket, or the little box that I put my stitch markers in that she made me. But there's the little monkey again. And I keep it out here in the living room so that I know where it's at. But yeah, here's the blanket. I used a 6mm hook for this. I actually didn't think it was this long, but I see it's quite long enough for it to be a wheelchair lappan, which is what I'm making a lot of them for, or a lot of the sizes. So, now that I'm showing everything in my baskets, I go see I'm doing really good with my, after my surgery. I know I did a video last week telling you how I'm doing. My incisions are not as itchy now as they were a couple days ago. And I go back to see her on the 23rd, which is next week. And I'm hoping she relieves me of my light duty because I don't like it. But I have to follow the rules, and I'll tell you what, I don't like following rules. But I am.
But you're listening.
But I'm listening. Even though I don't like it, I'm listening.
I don't care if you like it or not.
Okay, so I think I told you I was for that. I don't know if I told you or not.
No.
But I finished another bag. And this one is the slime like a minty seafoamy green, a light purple, or no, this is pink. This is really, really hot pink. And then this is a purple that I had in my stash. So I finished this one. And I have two of these now that I'm going to try to line. I just have, because I have no purple fabric at all. And I'm sure Mom wants me to line this with the purple fabric.
Oh, you can use pink.
I don't have pink either.
What about slime green?
I don't have slime green.
What about dark pink?
I don't have that either. I told you, next month on...
Do you have black?
Yeah, but you probably want black in this.
I don't, but do you have white?
Next month, I am going to get fabric because I need to get solid fabric. I went in on Sunday, me and Mom, after I kind of chilled here in the living room for a little bit with her. We went in.
And we did stop.
And I sewed. And I have 2 project bags that I made for Paula in here. Those are my finished objects. So, have a hair in my mouth. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to show them too. But next month, when we go to the store, I'm hoping I can push my own cart. So we will have to wait and see.
Don't you want to hang with your mother?
Well, you usually go do your shopping and I go do my shopping.
But lately we've been hanging together.
That's only because I can't push a cart. And I can't hold everything that I want.
I kind of like that part. You push a cart and you have to stay.
Well, I'm hoping I can push a cart. So yeah, I have to get like either one of these colors to align. I'm probably going to get purple.
Dark purple would be
dark purple.
Yeah.
I just don't have any purple. I don't have any at all. And the last bag I think was where the purple was dark or turquoise.
I don't know.
So I have to get like a turquoise color too because I don't have that either.
That little bunny needs to go with you tomorrow.
Yeah, and then I made this bunny like a couple weeks ago. But I put fabric paint on the nose. And he was sitting on my desk the whole time I was gone. Well, actually, he was sitting on the desk the last time I did that Wednesday when I did a video. But I kind of forgot about him because he was kind of like had things on top of him, like around him, so I didn't see him. And then when I went in to go to bed, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to show my bunny. Well, now I'm showing you my bunny. And he is going to a little girl that has some health issues. His one ear, I don't know. Dude.
She'll like them.
But yeah, she's going to go to her. And I also have a baby sweater in here that is going to go to her too. So this little girl is going to go to her. Her name is Island. The little girl's name is Island. I love that name. That's so cool.
I do too. That is so pretty.
So yeah, this little bunny is going to go to her. And then I finished Paula's 2 bags. So she wanted Christmas ones. I have this fabric here that has the red truck and Christmas trees in it. And she wanted them to have zippers. So they do have zippers. And they are aligned with this really pretty maroonish, reddish fabric. Both of them. So that's that one. And then the other one is the one with the snowman's on. This is the first one, and my sewing machine was giving me such a hard time. But I finally got it fixed. And this one has a maroonish, reddish zipper. And it is also lined with that real pretty maroon fabric. So those are her 2 bags. I finished a scarf. It's upside down. That started with green. And I just tie on when I run out. And I made it pretty long because I don't know where these are going when I make them. So, but this is the, I guess the other one is a little wider. That's okay. So yeah, this is, I use a 6mm hook for this. For the crocheted bag, I used a 5 But yeah, so this will have to go into my donation thing. This is the little sweater that I finished. That is going to Island. She is 6 months. And I based this pad, I kind of based the granny hexagons. I did my own thing. I used a 6.5mm hook for this whole thing. Because I wanted it to be a little bit bigger for her so she can grow into it. And I did not do the hood as tall. So here it is. This is baby pink. So I finished that. That has to go with me to Graham's tomorrow. And as well as the bunny. And then I finished 3 amigurumis. The first thing I finished when I got home on Sunday was this Timothy the T-Rex. So I already had his arms, his legs, and his tail done when I left on Wednesday. I left on Thursday. So I had it. So when I went to Graham's on Friday,
You went to Graham's the 3rd.
Yeah, I went to Graham's the 3rd, and then when I got home, that Wednesday that I came and hung out with Mom and her friend a little bit, I rolled some cakes, and then I got tired. Or no, I didn't get yarn that day, did I? But when I got home, I did like half of his body, and then when I got back home on Sunday, which was the 13th, I finished up doing the rest of his decreases. I mean, she's really fat. Anyway, maybe I stuffed her too much, but she has a belly. Look at that.
Maybe she's pregnant.
Maybe she's with baby.
Maybe she's with child.
But yeah, so I finished her. And, yeah. So she's done. So I can put her in my baskets. And then I was in a finishing mood. And I'm in business. So I finished, after I finished, the T-Rex, I finished Piglet. Now she is for an order, hopefully. The lady that ordered her ordered kind of, I have the beads in her bottom. I'm hoping she buys all of them. She ordered 4 gnomes, a baby blanket, and then I have Winnie the Pooh and Tigger done. And I asked if she wanted Piglet and Eeyore, and she said yes. So then she's gonna have the whole set. So this one is the Eeyore one's a little bit smaller. I think that's not too much smaller.
No.
I thought he would be because I use different yarns. But
not really.
But then I have these 2. And hopefully she purchases them. If she does purchase them, then I'm gonna make another Eeyore for my friend Christina to give to her friend that likes Eeyore. So yeah. So these 2 are also done. So those are my finished objects, and yeah. So, and those type of sewed bags are gonna come to the shop too. I actually cut fabric out the other day. So
that bunny does not look very attractive.
So yeah. So for Easter, my mom's friend got me some yarn for Easter. She went to the Dollar Tree, and of course she got me like 3 different shades of pink. But that's okay. So she got me this like peachy coral color. It's called sherbet. So maybe it's more like an orange, I guess.
I like it. I think it's pretty.
Is it orange or is it pink?
It's orange.
It's orange.
It's orange.
Orange. There is an R in orange.
It's orange.
So yeah, she got me this little color, so I'm gonna wind that. And then she got me this chenille yarn. I've never used chenille yarn, so I've read some things about this chenille yarn that it is very hard to use if you've never used it before. So that'll be interesting. And this color is called Oyster. So.
Don't look like it oyster.
Yeah. But this color is called Oyster. It says it is a 6 super bulky. There is 65 yards on here. I'm probably going to make an amigurumi out of it. I don't know how well that's going to go because this yarn, it's very hard to see your stitches. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to try to make an amigurumi out of it, and then if I can't make an amigurumi out of it, I might just cut it up and use it as stuffing. But I'm going to try. I don't know what amigurumi I'm going to try to make. But yeah, she got me that. So I'm going to roll that too. And then she got me this yarn. It's Premier Just Yarn Teddy yarn. And there's 109 yards in this one. And this color is hot pink. So I'm going to roll this one too. And this one's going to be the same stats as this one. If I can't use this, because I'm going to use these, the chenille and the teddy yarn to make amigurumis. And if I can't find my stitches, then this one is also going to be cut up and used for stuffing. Because I don't know how people use this yarn and makes amigurumis. I don't know how people use the bulky and chenille yarn to make amigurumis.
Well, use it for stuffing if you can't use it to make amigurumis.
So, Mom took me to Joann's today and got me. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
And I got 5 skeins of yarn. Mom gave me $25. My total was 24 something. So I did pretty good. Because when I went, I got 5 of them because it was the only 5 colors that I liked. And I got up to the register and I told the girl, I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of them. I said, I only have $25. And she said, well, let's see. So she rang him up and she said $24.87. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. So yeah. So I got, okay, they were the Red Heart Granny Square yarns. I think they're all the Granny Square yarns. Yeah, they're all Granny Square yarns. I've always wanted some of these, but when I would go to Walmart, they're like, when they had them, they were like 7 something, and I just couldn't see spending that much money on yarn. But these ones were 50% off.
What's that one called?
This one, I have to do the specs. Hang on, let me find the specs. Okay. Oh, it's small. Oh, Jesus. No wonder I couldn't find it. So this is a medium 4. 5.5 crochet hook, 5mm knitting needle. This 8.8 ounces, 250 grams, 417 yards, 381 meters. Now, it says 1 ball of this can make 14 squares if you're doing the squares.
Oh.
I am not doing the squares. So this one is soft, white, citrus twist.
Soft, white, citrus twist. Say that 10 times fast.
So, yeah, this one is really pretty.
It is really pretty.
So I got that one.
That one makes me mind you of summer.
And then I got this one here. This one is called Aran Warm Wheat.
It's pretty.
So I got that one. I got this one here. And this one is Black Scarlet Sands. I would like to know where they come up with some of these names for these yarns. It is very pretty. Then I got this one here. And this one is Black Carnation Code. It is really pretty also.
It is really pretty.
And the last one is my favorite one. And it is this one here. This one is Black Neon Lights. And I really liked it. What really drew me in was the green and the blue. Now, there is purple in it and pink in it, but the neon green and the blue really drew me in. So I would have gotten 2 of these if they would have had to, but they did have a lot of bulky yarn, and I didn't want bulky yarn. I just wanted worsted weight yarn. And the sorry for the rustling, the bulky yarn, they only had pink, blue, purple, and brown. Oh, and they had like a real vibrant neon green too. But I didn't get those ones. I just got the red heart the red heart granny square ones. Like I said, I'm not making granny squares with it. I'm just making amigurumi out of it probably. What amigurumi? I do not know at this point. So if you have any, I have lots of variegated yarn now. For a long time, I try to use it up as much as possible. But, like, lately, I've been gravitated towards variegated yarn again. And, I want to make amigurumis out of it, and I don't want to make all Timothys out of it, or mini Timothys out of it, even though I love making Timothys and mini Timothys. I did find a video, or a pattern on Etsy, actually 3 patterns on Etsy. The person had 2 different, variations of an octopi. One has a round head and the other one has an oblong head. And I purchased both of those, and then she had a jellyfish pattern. And the whole thing is one piece, so you do not have to sew anything on. I also from her, I got a bear pattern and a dog pattern, and I was like, that would be perfect for, now I did start the bear, and I started it with some yarn that I had gotten from Joann's. It was some of the Pride yarn. It was actually the yarn I made Timothy out of. And I started it, and I started the head first. Well, I did the 2 arms, and then I did the head. And I still had the body to do and both of the legs. And I told Mom, I said, I ain't gonna have enough yarn. So I ended up frogging the whole entire thing. And ended up making a Timothy out of the 2 colorways that I had. So, the other Timothy, I have the arms, legs, and tail done. I basically just have to sit down and do the body. I don't think that'll be this week. But, when I got on Wednesday, when I came to Mom's for a little bit, I had wrote down things that I wanted to do this week from April 13th to April 17th. And I have already finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things off of my list. Now, I am sewing later today.
What are you doing later today? Sewing?
Yeah, I'm sewing.
Oh, right, you're gonna sew.
But it was going to be after we watched our wrestling and I go in and watch my shows. I just put a damper on her. But I have something. Okay. After I get my video done and 4 o'clock rolls around, do you want to go in the room and I can sew a little bit?
Okay. But you can read the door open.
Yeah, I can. I did another thing too. I also worked on my granny hexagon cardigan. That was also on my list. So I worked on 12 things. The things that I have left on my list of that I wanted to finish is my Timothy number 2, which I probably won't work on that at all. I definitely need to take and send my friend Christina the pics. I might go in and do that here in a couple of minutes. And I wanted to sew at least 4 notion pouches. I don't know if I'm going to get that done. And I wanted to cut 4 big bags with zippers. And I don't know if I'm going to get to that either. So, but after I do this video, I'm going to go in and take pictures for my friend and send her. So, Because she wanted to know what I had. So I have to do that. And I have to roll cakes. So I'm going to be busy the rest of the day. But yeah. So that's everything that I finished. All of my whips. I still don't know if I'm going to do a whip roulette today. It is Thursday the 17th already. So yeah, but it's only 3:36. I still have a little while yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna take this stuff in and put it back where it goes, and I will talk to you guys again later. And I hope everybody has a good day and a good evening, and I will talk to you guys later.
Bye. Everybody.